Ready? All right, I'll call the meeting to order. All three commissioners are present. It was properly posted on October 17th. District 1 will lead us in our pledge and prayer.
Good morning. We have a very special guest this morning, Reverend Colonel. Reverend Siobhan Colonel has been an executive in the United Methodist Church for the past decade. He has worked for the General Board of Global Ministries and the denomination's Native American Comprehensive Plan. In this role, he has worked with the World Council of Churches, the New International Financial and Economic Architecture, and the United Nations Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues, and the United Methodist Church's Council of Bishops, assisting in denominational mandated effort to improve relationships with Indigenous people through dialogue, study, and local or regional acts of repentance, acknowledging harms afflicted upon Indigenous communities. In addition, he spends his time raising awareness, increasing advocacy, and supporting the empowerment of Native American and Indigenous communities globally. Siobhan is of Seminole and Muskogee Creek heritage. In 2016, he was honored by receiving the Religious Literacy Award, sponsored by the Westar Institute. In 2023, he received the Plume Award from Texas Christian University's Racial Reconciliation Initiative for his efforts to promote the acknowledgement of historical and contemporary presence of Indigenous people on the Texas Christian University campus. He received his Bachelor of Arts in Political Science from OCU and a Master of Divinity from Phillips Theological Seminary. He is a cultural practitioner and member of the, I hope I pronounce this correctly, Helvpi Ceremonial Grounds of the Muskogee Nation. Siobhan is a land defender and water protector and has spoken across the world in defense of Mother Earth. He has been married to Sarah for 23 years and has 5 children and 1 grandchild. So would you all please stand so that Reverend Colonel can lead our opening prayer?
Thank you, Commissioners. Let us pray. Creator, we come before you thanking you for the gift of life, for the gift of this day, that you told us that nothing was entitled to us, but yet when we opened our eyes, we saw this first light that broke the horizon, and we give you thanks this morning. We pray your Spirit continue to be with all of us as creation. Your Spirit be with all of us as we think about the things that we have in our hearts and our minds. And may you bring them all into one accord as we think about our city, our county, our state here, all the things that we want for our children. We ask that your blessings and your guidance be upon us. We thank you for this Mother Earth. We thank you for what she provides for us. May we always walk humbly upon her and thank her for the gifts of life, the gifts of water, the gifts of food, as she provides generously for us. We pray that you would be with us throughout these days as we walk, as we think about our education, as we think about our careers, our lives. We are mindful of our elders, we are mindful of our children, and we are even mindful of those children that are yet to come. May the world that they inherit be one that is wholesome and healthy for all of creation. We pray that your Spirit would just be with us today, and may your blessings be upon this building and the work that is to be done and all of those that are here. We just thank you. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much, Reverend Colonel.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of October 11th and 13th?
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opening of the bids.
Good morning. Just one bid today. It's P24120-04 for the construction manager at risk for our new Oklahoma County Adult Detention Center. We received 2 proposals. First proposal is from Flint Co. And this box is from J.E. Dunn.
I will move that they be tabulated and returned.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
P card statement, standard.
Yes, standard monthly statement.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Blanket,
No
no
changes.
change.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll move our blanket purchase orders.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. And I'll move our claims.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any individual consideration on the consent docket?
I'll move our consent docket.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Number 16.
Okay, I have a couple of folks to recognize this morning. The first is our River Sport Youth Rowing League Spring Championships. So, Mr. Mike Knopf and Superintendent Johnson, would you like to come up and introduce your students?
Commissioners, thank you for giving us the opportunity to bring the students before you today. We appreciate it. But what I'd like to do is ask, I have Coach Knopf here, and also if I could get our longtime board member, Todd Corbin, to come up and say a few words about the program within Oakdale. I think it's a unique program through public schools, and Mr. Corbin is highly responsible for that.
Thank you, Commissioners. We appreciate the opportunity to be recognized in front of you. Just real quick, this team started in 2015 at Oakdale. Mike Knopf and I presented the opportunity for the then existing superintendent, Kim Lanier, and he graciously enough said yes. The one thing that I want to point out is that, rowing offers an opportunity for our students to be a part of an athletic team that they typically wouldn't be a part of a traditional team like football, basketball, the things that they can do downtown at the river. Some people still are unknown what goes on down there, and it is an unbelievable facility. If you haven't been there on a Friday night to watch those student athletes race, it's what we need in the world. I mean, you have people cheering for the boat that's coming in last and the boat that's coming in first, and it really is a diverse group that offers an opportunity not only at the middle school level, but also when they move up to the Oklahoma City River Sport team and at the high school level. And it projects these students to have an opportunity to go row at the NCAA level. And it just gives them a real exposure to athletics, what it takes to be a team, and what it takes to be successful, because the future leaders that are going to be sitting in your seats are sitting back here right now. I'm convinced that's what rowing offers here in Oklahoma County. So we appreciate the opportunity for the river sports to have those facilities. And I need to thank Coach Tempe Knopf as well, because she's been instrumental in growing this program, which is undefeated in every race they've been in in the last 6 years. So that is a testament to their training, their commitment, and the ability that these kids show every single day of practice. So, thank you.
I think Todd said it all. It's good to see each of you here today. I think you've heard me really talk a lot about rowing in the river through the years, and this is really, to me, what it's all about. When you see the sport changing lives, and middle school rowing is a very strategic kind of direction that we're going at River Sport to really get more kids involved at that age into the sport. We are a national and really, frankly, international leader in the sport. So we're really trying to pave the way. We're the only venue that can do Friday night lights for, and so why not do it for rowing? And again, the opportunities already, since starting at Oakdale, we've got kids in college who are rowing in college, and we feel like we're only getting started, and we're using this, and this is where we think it's really important and powerful, even with you as you're communicating to your constituents. This is something that all schools can do, and we really want to offer this to all schools throughout the metropolitan area, throughout Oklahoma County, because we have one of the finest facilities in the world. We ought to have all our kids have access to it, and we make it really easy at River Sport to allow that to occur. So anyway, thank you very much for recognizing these athletes. And I do have to say, it's all because of my wife, Tempe, who really makes it happen. So.
And I think I have a list of the students who were on the team. And correct me if I'm wrong, this was the spring championships. So what other teams were they competing with?
We had several. We had like Aztec, Southeast, middle school. Tempe, you're gonna have to help me here. Roosevelt. There were several. So I'm trying.
Okay.
Mustang.
Okay. Well, I would love to read the names of the students. They're welcome to stand up or come up here if they would like.
Would you mind? Because another important thing with rowing is marketing rowing to the county and to all our schools. Can I get the team so we can have a picture with you all in the background? Is that possible?
Yeah.
Come on up.
Okay, so while you all are coming up, I'll read the names of the students who were on this winning team. Wesley Corbin, Zane Davis, Taylor Dixon, Carter Doris, Lila Kanister, Anna King, Alexander Skanasu, Mia McCool, Valkyrie Pate, Lainey Pitts, Alexis Rodriguez, Hudson Roundtree, Stone Sleek, Salak, thank you.
It's a hard name.
Stone Salak? Salak, thank you. Thank you. Okay, I know now. Nolan Sanger, Audrey Smith, and of course Tempe Knopp and Mike Knopp. And then we have Superintendent Carl Johnson, which some of you might be confused. Superintendent Carl Johnson was previously the superintendent for Jones Public Schools, and he was stolen away by Oakdale. And I'm sure that our Oakdale students and teachers and parents are very excited to have him because he is a wonderful superintendent. So.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. What? Yes.
Mr. Lewis, I apologize. We've got full reason here.
Yeah.
Okay, I will let you have it, and then I'm gonna. Okay. So we have a resolution recognizing the River Sport Youth Rowing League Championship from Spring Championships 2023. Whereas the Oakdale Public Schools rowing team won the 2023 River Sport Youth Rowing Spring Championships. And whereas Oakdale defeated 15 other teams with 200 total participants to take home another championship. And whereas Oakdale has won 8 of the last 8 championships. And whereas Oakdale races in the middle school division, practicing 2 times per week for 2 hours per practice, February through May. And whereas the sport of rowing is quickly providing Oklahoma City with considerable national exposure. And whereas the Oakdale rowing team is an outstanding representative of the rowing community in Oklahoma City. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of County Commissioners of Oklahoma County does hereby acknowledge and commend the Oakdale Public School rowing team for their dedication and teamwork, resulting in their winning 2023 River Sport Youth Rowing League Championships. Approved this 18th day of October 2023. Congratulations. And I will move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Hey, Superintendent, are you taking us to breakfast too? Are we to meet you here in a little bit? Okay. Sounds good. Yep, that's very true.
Congratulations, students. Thank you for being here. I'm sure you were happy to get out of class. Okay, Mr. Pettis, would you like to come up to the front? So we have another very special person to recognize. Many of you probably know Mr. John Pettis Sr. He has been a fixture around Oklahoma County for about 30 years. And I wanted to bring him up here today, and his son is here, John Pettis Jr., to recognize and thank John Pettis Sr. for his many, many years of service on the County Home Finance Authority. And then before that, I believe you were on I want to make sure I have this correct.
County Board of Adjustment.
You were on the County Board of Adjustments. So before I read your resolution, you don't have to say anything, but is there anything you would like to say?
Yes. Okay, good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. Thank you for this honor this morning. I hope that serving this county for the last 20, 30 years, I've been basically, I've added value to the citizens and the county. Things have changed over the last 20 years since I was first appointed. There have been opportunities for this county to receive major funds of our tax dollars that were sent to Washington and have come back to the county. I'd like to commend this county for the use and acceptance of those funds. You've done an excellent job in allocating those funds to various projects that needed to be done within the county, thus saving the county taxpayers millions of dollars. The County Home Finance Authority is an excellent vehicle to provide not only affordable but market rate housing and other services for the citizens of Oklahoma County. All of this requires thinking outside the box. And for the last several years, this board has thought outside the box in using those funds. And I would ask that you all continue to think outside the box and help the taxpayers of Oklahoma County. Thank you. That's it.
And Mr. Pettis, do you remember what commissioner originally appointed you?
Shirley Darrell.
Shirley Darrell. And each commissioner since then has kept you on.
Yes, you're the only one that kicked me off. Yes, I've been fortunate to serve since her term, and I believe that was in the 80s, late 80s.
Wow. Okay, well, I'm going to read your resolution so everyone can hear your many years of service. So this is a resolution honoring John Pettis Sr. for his dedicated public service to the citizens of Oklahoma County. Whereas John Pettis Sr. has dedicated his life to serving others through public service. And whereas John Pettis Sr. was appointed as a trustee for the Oklahoma County Home Finance Authority. And whereas for 23 years, as a trustee for the Oklahoma County Home Finance Authority, John has helped many residents of Oklahoma County into home ownership. And whereas, in addition to his service as trustee, John worked for 36 years at the Oklahoma Housing Finance Agency, helping many of his fellow Oklahomans achieve a home of their own. And whereas John Pettis Sr. also served 2 years as an Oklahoma City Housing Authority Commissioner and on the Oklahoma County Board of Adjustments for 6 years. And whereas John Pettis Sr., this is a little known fact, John Pettis Sr. was mayor of El Reno for 5 years. And whereas John Pettis Sr. served in both the United States Air Force and the Oklahoma Air National Guard. And whereas John Pettis Sr. is married to Bayonne, is that how I pronounce your wife's name? Bayonne Pettis, and has 2 children, John Jr., who is here, and Madeline, and 4 grandchildren, or is it 3?
3.
It's 3. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of County Commissioners of Oklahoma County does hereby recognize, thank, and congratulate John Pettis Sr. for his many years of dedicated public service to the citizens of Oklahoma County, the state of Oklahoma, and the United States of America. Approved this 18th day of October, 2023. I will move approval.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The question was, did we do that on 16, Sharon?
Oh, we probably
Okay.
didn't. Oh, okay.
Making sure.
Mr. Pettis, can we get a photo with you?
Yes.
And I do want to add one more little bit of information about Mr. Pettis. In 2020, when COVID first happened, and the county was yet to receive specific monies for rental assistance, we had CARES money. And I think for about 6 weeks, I got a call every single day from John Pettis Sr. just advocating so hard for rental assistance during the pandemic. And of course, since then, the county has received specific monies for rental assistance, but you were the first and the loudest advocate at the beginning of the pandemic to make sure folks stayed in their home and had that rental assistance. So I will not ever forget that you were a huge advocate for that and made an impact on my decisions. So I just wanted to thank you for that. Okay, so we did. Okay, last presentation of the day for District 1. We have Miss Jennifer Nakayama. Would you like to come up? So many of you are aware of Downtown Oklahoma City, which is the organization that helps keep downtown vibrant and growing and safe and clean. And we have a new CEO, a new person at the helm, and I wanted you all to meet her and hear from her about what her vision is for downtown OKC. So, Miss Jennifer, would you like to take it away?
Sure. Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Commissioners, for this opportunity to get a vantage point of downtown Oklahoma City partnership in front of you. So what do? We serve as advocates of downtown and to bring the community of downtown together. It's not just a place for business, it's a place for tourism, it's a place for residents and all alike to really collaborate and have a vibrant quality of life that downtown can bring. We are comprised of three main entities you see here on the screen. Downtown Oklahoma City Partnership is the blue logo on the left-hand side. That is the overarching 501c6 organization, a nonprofit organization that then oversees the Business Improvement District of downtown Oklahoma City, and that's the logo in green in the middle. The Business Improvement District is under ordinance of the city of Oklahoma City in order to make sure that the downtown prospers in a manageable and maintenance way that a downtown should be. The Downtown Oklahoma City Initiatives is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and that oversees placemaking and public art in the downtown area. So all three of these entities roll up into the Downtown Oklahoma City Partnership. Some quick facts. We are comprised of about 1.5 square miles in the downtown bid, and that comprises about 11,000 residents, 4,500 in student population, but an 80,000, just over an 80,000 strong workforce, and about 3,000 individual businesses, from the large corporations to the small mom and pop generational businesses as well. So some things that we do is the Clean and Safe program. This is the green team, which is literally green, that hopefully you have seen in the downtown area driving green trucks or green carts around. They are donning green polos as well. Their objectives is to operate in the public space as if we are an extension of the city of Oklahoma City. So we do trash and litter removal, street vacuuming, pressure washing, sticker and graffiti removal, very less glamorous feces and urine removal, hospitality, homeless outreach, all of those comprise within the green team. This program also oversees amenities that are linked to downtown, such as the Bricktown Canal and the underground set of tunnels that go in the downtown corridor. We also are partnered with a community basketball court within the downtown district. We also do bird and pest control. We look over at a transit hub and oversee maintenance of street furniture. So again, we are in the public space. We're authorized by the city of Oklahoma City to be as an extension of the city, so we can do things in the public spaces that the city resources may not be able to achieve each and every day of the year. Homeless outreach. We thought this might be of particular interest to you folks. So over the last 12 months, we garnered a specific part of the Green Team's program for homeless outreach. Now, we do not by any means say that we are social outreach workers. We are not. But what we do is welfare checks and establishing touch points with the individuals. So what we have found, and this is not just in Oklahoma City, unfortunately nationwide, is the homeless population is there for a number of different reasons, as we know. And some are looking for services, some are not. Some are subject to mental illness or substance abuse barriers, definitely for them to move on in life. So what this program does is hopefully we are a touch point 365 days a year. We are a resource for businesses, for residents that can call on our green team to go out and do these welfare checks. If there is a threatening or hazardous situation, we definitely defer to the police department, and 911 is always the best bet. But you might see individuals out there that are just looking like they need a little bit more assistance. So we're building a rapport with these individuals. The important piece is to gain trust and perhaps a relationship, if you want to call it that, with these individuals, so that when a social outreach provider, a true caseworker does come into the district, we can accompany them, and maybe it's that one time of a familiar face that's going to bridge that gap and have that light bulb go on and say, yes, I will accept services. So that's why we want to be a constant reminder and touch point with the homeless individuals, the houseless, unhoused population out there. So when that time comes, we as a city, as a downtown, are ready to go. We partner with not just the city of Oklahoma City and their homeless outreach program, but all of the service outreach providers in downtown as well. This map just shows a snapshot of the different discrete points, touch points that we have had, again, over the last 12 months with unhoused individuals within the downtown area. We do also oversee sub-districts or our downtown districts that roll up to the Business Improvement District. So you probably are a lot more familiar with these entities: Bricktown, Automobile Alley, Midtown, West Village, Deep Deuce, and City Center. So these 6 districts all comprise of the Downtown Business Improvement District as a whole, and then that rolls up to the Downtown Oklahoma City Partnership. Now, the reason that we decided, or the city decided, to do this umbrella organization was because it is very important to conserve the personality individually of each of these districts, many of them historic, many of them very legacy within Oklahoma City. But it is also important for it to feel cohesive. We don't want it to feel very segmented, like as soon as you step out of Automobile Alley into Midtown or back to City Center, that there's a very distinct difference. And again, whether it's for commercial businesses or residents or tourists visiting us for the very first time, we want to have that positive, lasting impression. We do placemaking, as I was talking about before, some street activations, lighting projects. We do wayfinding, identification markers. We produce public events as well, our own, as well as market and promote those that are going on in the district. We also oversee grants. So we have a mural match program where any entity within the Downtown Business Improvement District can partner with us, and we will match funding up to a maximum amount for some public art that they might want to put on their private property. Within Midtown, there is a tree grant, also a very similar application process. And in Automobile Alley, there's a neon sign grant where that association, Automobile Alley, will co-sponsor the historic preservation type of neon looking lit sign, just again to add to the personality and the atmosphere of the district. So those are just some programs we do. We also oversee advocacy for overall downtown. So working with the Chamber and the Alliance for Economic Development, we do many things that impact the downtown as a whole. But 2 things specifically here I wanted to touch on today is recently we embarked on an economic impact study specifically for Bricktown. This was completed this year, and it was the first time that a district, specifically in all of the state of Oklahoma, looked at what does a district, just as a subset of a city, provide to the economy. As you see here on the slide, the direct economic impact was estimated at about $1.4 billion just in the Bricktown district alone. And the study also, which can be found on our website, the study also showed that it is not just about commercial business. It's about a strong workforce. It is about residents being there, thousands of residents being there. And so it is a really combined, diverse district that contributes to the overall state and county's economy. Within Automobile Alley, another voice that we have is with the City of Oklahoma City for Streetscape, Better Streets, Safer Cities project. And that will be launching this next calendar year, where Broadway Avenue will be undergoing massive revamp of their sidewalks and public areas for pedestrian and bicycle friendliness. So we're working with the city and stakeholders on being that facilitator of this information. So really the Downtown Oklahoma City Partnership and all of our sub-districts really attempts to be that bridge between the public entities, in this case, the City of Oklahoma City government side, and private, so the businesses and the residents of downtown Oklahoma City, and bringing that all together. We do events, as I spoke of earlier, notably one down here in the bottom corner was coming up, actually at the top side, this Saturday is in Midtown. Midtown Walkabout is happening. Please come to Midtown if you would like. this Saturday to join in the festivities. West Village, another one of our districts, has we call it a Fourth Friday event out on the streets and advertising and promoting local business. And then Brick or Treat is happening very here shortly with the Halloween season upon us in Bricktown. We also are known for Downtown in December. A lot of folks know of the Downtown in December events, but may not know that Downtown Oklahoma City Partnership oversees that. So that's the activation of everything related to the holidays downtown. So again, that's whether or not we put on the event or we're promoting others' events. So you can see up here on the slide just a short list of all of the highlights of some of the events happening. Most notably coming up on November 16th is the Oklahoma City Tree Lighting Festival. And that's just proving that, that's the Thursday before Thanksgiving. So Halloween, the holidays are coming earlier and earlier each and every year. And with that, just wanted to provide a brief overview of Downtown Oklahoma City Partnership. Again, my name is Jennifer Nakayama. I'm CEO and president. I came on here in February of this year. So glad to be here. I did relocate from another state. And I want to say that purposely, my family really made the choice to come to Oklahoma City. We came from Hawaii and California before that. And it was the true nature, deep-rooted and authentic of Oklahoma and Oklahoma City that we really wanted to bring up our family, our son in. And we strive for a location like this and are really, really glad to be a part of it. So thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. And Sharon, can you go back to the presentation? That phone number for the green team, folks are welcome to save this number, write it down, keep it by your desk or saved in your phone. Maybe go back a couple of slides. Kind of almost near the beginning.
Yeah, I think it was about the fourth slide. Oh, I have it. I'm sorry. Sure.
So this number,
The hotline.
240-1944, folks can call that number if they see trash, graffiti, basically anything on that list. You can call that number and get assistance from the green team.
Yes.
So
it's monitored 365 days a year.
Awesome. And I know that the green team has iPads or something similar where they track every single task that they do.
Correct.
So that they can show how many bags of trash they removed and how many graffiti instances they removed. And so it's a pretty cool system. Yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you for your time.
And I don't think maybe move to receive her report.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Thank you, Jennifer.
District 3.
So in our never-ending search for new revenues, Colton Murphy from my office has discovered that we have a lot of unclaimed property, not only in the state of Oklahoma, but in other states. And this is just to authorize him to sign the letter that we're seeking claim of those unclaimed properties. So it's pretty simple deal. It's just a letter with the intent. It'll still come before the board to accept those properties and everything. This is just to start the process.
Okay.
And I'll make the motion to move that.
I'll second. I do have a question. What's a good example of unclaimed property we might have in another county or another state?
The county or state? That's a great question, Colton. It's all
Okay.
monetary. There's properties. There's
Interesting. Okay.
real properties. I mean, it's interesting.
Cool.
It was shocking when he came running into the office eagerly saying, "Can you imagine how much unclaimed property we have?" And I was like,
Okay.
No."
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Is Tamara Stick here yet? Okay, she had called saying she was a citizen wishing to speak on item 20, but would be late. So we can move it to the heel of the docket here and see if she shows up. Item 21, facilities. Is Keith still here? I've seen him.
This is the lease.
Is this lease for the DA's office to temporarily relocate to Leadership Square?
Yes.
Okay. And I see
you want to know? some
Does it begin November
specifics?
1st?
Yes, this begins December 1st.
December 1st, sorry.
The base rent is $36,655.50 per month. This is subject to encumbrance for the 7 months remaining in this fiscal year, $256,588.50.
Okay.
And that money's coming from
I understand
ARPA.
that's ARPA. I think we have people
It
in the
does
room
not affect
shaking their
our-
head, yes.
Okay.
Does not affect our general fund or any other
Correct.
county budget.
Okay, I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Eric?
This is just a reappointment of Denise Patterson. She's actually from my district. She's done great on this and has agreed to serve another 6 years, so I'll
That is
make the
correct.
motion.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, this item is for a reimbursement for a REAP grant that District 1 accepted. They purchased a concrete saw, and this is just signing the paperwork to get the money back that we spent on that particular item.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The next item is another REAP grant, but this is actually an application for this current REAP cycle. This is for District 2. They want to get some funding for the resurfacing of Luther Road from Reno to Southeast 15th Street. This is probably just going to cover a portion of just the materials themselves. The cost of the project overall is in the neighborhood of $800,000. So this is just to help facilitate that project.
I'll move the item.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The last item here for planning is a erosion control bond. The subdivision in this case is for Addington Farms. For the second section of that, typically we hold the erosion control bonds for 1 year to make sure that everything is functioning properly. In this particular case, we held it almost 2 years now because there were some issues with water getting to the pond, just erosion issues with builders that are out there. So we were out there last week to kind of do a final walkthrough of this particular section. Everything is in good order. We still have the road bond for this section, and we also have the erosion control bond and the road bond for the third section. So if we see any issues with this particular section, we can kind of use those other bonds to make sure that that is addressed. But we're just returning this bond to them today.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Jessica?
Number 26 is the ARPA subrecipient agreement for New Day Recovery and Family Services in the amount not to exceed $50,000 of ARPA funding.
This is out of my allotment, so I'll move the item.
Is this Francis Kersey's group?
Not that I'm aware.
Not that you're aware. Okay.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Mr. Treasurer?
My goodness, how tall are you?
Taller than you.
Yeah, taller than me. That's a great answer. This is actually a renewal of a contract. We have been with this company since February. What this company does is it processes any credit cards. When a taxpayer wants to use a credit card, then this is the company that processes it. To me, the most important thing is, and incidentally, they've been with Tulsa County now a little longer than they have been with us. And so far it's working out. You might remember we used to be with Official Payments Court, but they kind of dropped out of that. And so anyway, the biggest thing is there is no charge to the county, including any equipment that's provided to the county. There's no charge to the county. That's charged back to the taxpayer who's wanting to use the service.
Okay.
I'll move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we can run through these things real quick before we turn the item. Commissioner comments, District 1?
No.
3? Any new business? Any citizens who want to speak to us before? Okay, I think we've given Ms. Stack plenty of time, so back to item 20. Oh, she's here. Okay.
I don't hear well.
Okay, no problem. Glad you're here.
For the, I guess it's number 20, the proposal, the petition to reopen Heine Road between 178th and 164th. I own the property on the east side of that, and I have several concerns about the reopening that, and I don't understand why that would want to be reopened versus fixing the bridge on 178th. If the bridge was fixed on 178th, it would make getting to the turnpike for me much easier, and I would assume it would also be a benefit for the people north of me that are trying to reopen Henny Road. If Henny Road were to be reopened, it dead ends at 15th Street, so they would still have to zigzag around to get wherever they were going. That whole front corner on 15th Street, and I don't know the legal mumbo jumbo of how many feet it is, but that whole front corner is all floodplain. And I have a lot of concern at what reopening that road would do for the animals and the forest in that area. There is a lot of deer and turkey traffic back and forth between me and the cattle field. A lot. It's wonderful. And if it were to pass to be reopened, it's been closed for a very long time. I've lived out there since 2002. And I've recently bought the property next door, so I now have almost 20 acres. It would make for a little over 1,000 feet of more frontage road for me and my animals, and I wondered if it does open, is there any compensation for me to build a safe fencing to keep my dogs off of that much more frontage road area?
The answer, I mean, I don't believe there's.
I'm sorry, I can't, I'm trying to hear.
No, that's fine. I don't believe there's compensation in this package for fencing or anything of the sort. I don't know that this is, has this Henny Road ever been open?
Not all the way through the whole mile.
Yeah, I didn't think so. And then the 178th bridge, is that the one that has been closed for 2 years that Oklahoma City is using ARPA funds for?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I mean, I would love to fix that bridge. Oklahoma City is coming to fix that bridge. The expansion of the population in that area is what has caused Edmund and everybody else to reach out to us to open this section line. There's also some planned use development that's about to happen in the area.
I'm getting a minimum of twice a week. People are trying to buy my property, and I'm not selling. I'm settled there. I'm not selling. It's my home.
That's good. So that's what's driving the request to open the road is the people. We actually had a petition and a public hearing, of which I believe required 60% approval. Was that correct?
Yourself here.
Okay.
We need to open.
Oh,
He's your
Sorry.
commissioner, which is
Yes.
why I pointed toward.
Sorry?
He
I'm
is
your
your commissioner, so that's why I pointed towards that for your district. And then this is our county engineer down here who can maybe explain more of the item.
Please, I mean, I can understand wanting to fix the road that is open so far on Henny Road, because there aren't very many people that did live there. So that small section is a very busy section. But like I said, if it comes all the way down my east property line, it just dead ends at 15th. And for me to get to the turnpike, I have to go out to Indian Meridian, south to 150th, over to Hogsback, and then all the way back up to the turnpike. Whereas with the 178th bridge, it goes straight across to XXX and then just a little bit south, and then you're just almost right there on the turnpike.
So do you want me to open the item first?
Yes.
Or
Open the-
answer?
Open the public hearing for
Okay.
item 20.
And Stacy, today is our public hearing. Are we, is the intention to take action today to officially close or open this road? And this is the final public hearing? Okay,
Yeah, so motion to open the hearing.
open the hearing. Okay, I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Sorry, we should have done that before you spoke.
It's okay.
So some months ago, you guys determined that this had merit because you did receive a petition from 12 freeholders that live along that road that did want it opened. And determining it had merit, we set this public hearing. We had to do public notice, which we have record of. We had 3 consecutive weeks in the newspaper. We have the certified receipts from several citizens that received that, which is that how you heard about it?
I'm having trouble
Yes,
hearing.
you got
Yeah,
it.
make sure you use your microphone. Yeah.
So all the notice is proper for today's hearing, and what you're trying to determine today, if you're going to open that section line known as Henny from 178th to 164th Street. I'm required to give you a typical section and a cost estimate, if you'll put that up. We would build the standard county section line highway, which is 2 11-foot driving lanes, 5 inches of asphalt pavement on a stabilized base with bar ditches on both sides. And I have the estimate of that at about $925,000. I've worked with the District 3 superintendent on those numbers. So it will be funded from the commissioners. You could ask the city of Edmond to participate. I think their participation so far as I know is they're going to maintain the road after you build it.
Oh.
And
So
then,
it will be a City of Edmond road after we build it.
yes. And
Or if we
then
build it.
there, you could also ask the petitioners to participate or contribute if you wanted to. So those are some of the determinations you're going to make today. Is it, do you want to open it, and how you're going to pay for it? You now know the cost and what we're going to build. And then it is a public hearing for anyone in the public that wants to speak for or against. And you've already had one that's spoken against. And I'll answer any other questions that you may have, but that's where we're at.
Well, just to be clear, do we have any other citizens here to speak on this item one way or the other? Seeing none.
Do you have a map? And I vaguely remember you showing us this a couple weeks ago, but
Yep.
is there a map where I could see it on the map?
Go back a page maybe in that.
So this area, we're actually getting,
Do you want to see my little piece of paper?
The other way.
Sure.
Right there, yeah.
Is this what you received in the mail?
This is the cattle field, and then these are my properties right
Okay.
here. And it's closed from just about where the cattle field, he has a gate at that end, but it is closed from there all the way down.
Okay. Okay, do you need to keep this? I'll let you keep this. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
Map you have, it's up here now. I see. Located kind of between 66 Highway and the Turnpike. It's right in between them, that mile.
And Stacy, I might have asked you this last time, or Commissioner Davidson, there's an existing road there?
There's a 1-lane road
Okay.
for about a quarter of a mile from 178 south. And it's not a very safe road because it is only 1 lane. We're having to pass each other. It is 66-foot statutory right-of-way that we'll be working on. I think the whole road will fit in the statutory right-of-way. If for some reason it wouldn't fit in the 66 feet somewhere along the route and land would have to be bought, then the rules would kick in where there could be compensation. Okay. But I'm not seeing where that would happen here. It's the terrain. I just don't think will require us to get more than the 66-foot statutory. So I don't know who put that one lane on our 66 feet. That predates me, but
It doesn't go up to 66. It dead ends at that end to a field also.
So there's two exits coming in from the turnpike in this area. This happens to be
It's the
one of them.
it's the Luther Jones exit.
Okay.
Yeah, there's two new exits coming from the
Oh,
turnpike.
are there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So and that's sort of what we're doing, is getting ahead instead of trying to respond in a reactive manner. What is it, Henny, and then closer to Arcadia Lake is the second exit.
maybe Hiawassee.
Is it Anderson? I was thinking it was Anderson or Post. No, it's certainly not Hiawassee. It's Anderson or Post and Henning. Those are the ones that
They've been proposing.
yeah. And then we've got a 5,000 rooftop planned use development in the area that's going to increase traffic
yeah.
immensely. This would ease access not only to future turnpike and to Route 66 as well, for ingress and egress. It's like she said, it's a beautiful area, and people want to live there. And and as she also said, there's people buying land there left and right to do development. So,
Well, I'm not selling anytime soon, and I don't believe the cattle field people are selling anytime soon either. It's my understanding that they're going to keep passing that down through the family to keep running cattle and working the wheat field. And we're the only two people directly on the section that's being proposed to be opened. A mile down Choctaw Road goes all the way up to 66, and it's a good road. And then a mile the other direction, Hiawassee, is a very, very well maintained, good road that goes all the way to 66. So, as a landowner, I don't see the benefit of opening this section that's been closed for such a long time. There's a lot of rock about, I'm gonna say about 600 or 700 feet north. There's a lot of rock, and in front of that there's a lot of floodplain. Okay.
Okay.
it's developers that own a bunch of the land that actually connect to Henny that requested that we open this so they could put development, so they could put rooftops, so they could add to our ad valorem, and that's the reason for it.
Yeah.
And I mean, their petition was, they went through and got landowners that they have to abut the road, is that correct? So, and then how many property owners abut that road?
I'm not sure, but the statute requires 12, and we got 12 signatures.
Okay. So
Tell me your name again, ma'am. Tell me your name again.
It's Tamara Steck, Steck.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you coming down here. If that was probably not a short drive to get down here, so.
No, I get really high anxiety, and my puppy ran away this morning.
Oh,
so I
no.
apologize for being late.
That's
and not
okay.
being more organized.
We appreciate you coming down here and telling us your opinions and your opposition. And
So there's no way to stop it or get it put off that I can get more of my neighbors along 15th, because I didn't really know that I needed to get some of the people along 15th that might not want higher traffic flow. I know just almost all of my neighbors. There aren't a lot of us out there. There are a couple of small developments south of me. On the corner of Hiawassee and 15th, there is a big chunk of land that some developers are trying to purchase, but again, it's right there on 15th and Hiawassee, so it would not benefit from 15th being opened either. So am I just out of luck and need to make plans?
so typically what we do with an item like this is, not always, but typically we defer to the commissioner that represents that area. So I think today, Commissioner Davidson, if it sounds like you're wanting to move forward with this.
Yeah, it's just from everybody that's contacted us, this is, you're the first one that's actually presented any opposition to
There's
it.
only two of us along the proposed opening part, and I have another question, and you may not have any way of knowing, but are any of these 12 petitioners real estate agents that are harassing me about selling my land?
No, they have to be landowners that actually abut the road.
And every one of them was sent a certified letter for this hearing. So you approaching them, they've been officially
No,
notified.
I don't want to approach them, but if any of them are real estate agents, I would like the harassment to stop, because it's been going on for almost a year, twice a week or more.
Wow.
I'm being harassed to sell my land, and I'm not selling it. It does look like Hillbillyville, but it's my home, and I'm not selling it.
Nope, I fully understand that, and
Is there
you
any
should stay there as long as you
compensation
can.
for having to redo and fortify my 1,000+ feet of fence that will now be frontage road?
If we take out your fence, if we are outside of our 33 foot from center line, yes. If we're not outside of that 33 foot from center line, building the road, then
because it had been closed so far, the cattle field gentleman, well, he keeps his cattle field, he keeps his cattle there. We have pretty much a shared fence along the whole property line.
it's something when we come through and survey it, that if it's within that easement, and if we go outside of it, once we travel outside of the 33 feet from center, then yes, we will have to compensate you for that.
Okay. And how quickly is all this going to happen so that I can plan for the safety of my animals?
This will be a while. You'll get notice from me before we even crack it open. So I will personally mail you a letter that says that we're about to begin construction within the next 2 to 6 weeks. And then, I mean, I wouldn't anticipate this to happen till next year.
Okay, and you do see this as 1,000% important? It just seems like a lot of expense.
Yeah, just from the people and the expansion that's happening. So we've had again 12 of the property owners that actually front this
it's all
road.
the people north of me. And like I said, I don't know how it would be more convenient for them. Hiawassee a very good road, and it dead ends at 15th.
It's so just constructing for the future expansion for the area is what we're anticipating with the amount of development. And I mean, as you said, the one on 15 on the southwest corner is being developed. So if they need to be able to get to 66, eventually we're going to have to be able to connect that to 66 as well. So I know currently it does not, but we will need to in the future to make that happen. So this is just step one of the expansion that's happening in eastern Oklahoma County.
Okay, because I didn't know that I was supposed to go along 15th to my neighbors there and get their opinions and try and get their help. It dead ends into, there are 2 gated neighborhoods, and it dead ends into there, and all those lots are already sold and developed.
Yep. Very true.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for coming down. So what do we need? I need to make a motion to close the hearing.
Well, you need to
Or
make your
did we
decision,
vote?
all your decisions, and then you can close the hearing.
Anybody? So this is in anticipation of the turnpike gate that's imminent, and it's unfortunate. I mean, there's going to be people that get impacted negatively, but then there's much more it's going to be positive for. So the difficult part of our job is sometimes the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. So, and unfortunately, this is one of those cases. If anybody's got any questions, I'll take them, but if not, I'll make the motion to proceed. Is that what I need?
And maybe Commissioner Davidson or Colton or someone from District 3 can connect with you and make sure that they're in contact with you so that you get all your questions answered. And so I appreciate you coming
Absolutely.
down here. Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
think you need
Thank
to go ahead and state how you're gonna fund it and maintain it and all that stuff.
Yeah, we
Here on-
won't,
For the record.
it'll be, funded out of highway funds. It'll be, the material cost is the increase, the manpower and the equipment and everything are actually costs that we already bear. So that's not gonna be the total. It'll be somewhere, I mean, similar to Commissioner Mon's project with the REAP grant. You know, the in-house cost is gonna be much cheaper, but the, maintenance and operation will actually be done by the city of Edmond.
Is there a
Does
second?
that suffice?
Was that your motion?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Is that enough to close the hearing?
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you for your time, Ms. Beck. And is there a motion to recess into executive session?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Ready? Okay, is there a motion to return from executive session?
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And item 31, is there action on item 31?
Madam Chairman, can we go back to item 20 to clarify that? And I'll make a motion
Yes.
to pass the resolution for item 20. Reopen the hearing? We just did by going back to it.
Okay, so we are reconsidering item 20 to clarify our action.
And it's just to make a motion to approve the resolution.
And is the resolution attached officially opening us taking action to open the road?
That is correct.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. So there's a motion and a second to approve the resolution listed in item 20. All in favor say aye. Aye.
You can tell this happens quite often around here.
Yeah. Okay. Back to item 31. Is there action on item 31?
Let me get there, man. Is this the motion to reject? Correct.
Let's see.
If I knew Brian was leaving, I would have been taking
Yeah,
notes.
yeah. Motion. I believe it's motion to reject plaintiff's offer in mediation.
Motion to reject the plaintiff's offer in mediation.
I'll second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 32, I don't believe there's any action needed.
Okay. Item 33.
Item 33 will be to reject the offer of 600. You want to finish that?
Reject plaintiff's settlement offer of $675,000.
Of 675,000. There you go.
I'll second.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to reject plaintiff's offer. All in favor say aye. Aye. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. And I believe we have a very short PBA.
that is, we have closed many a section line. I do not. I don't think I don't believe I've opened one since we've been here, so that's a first. And there's unfortunately quite a few in Eastern Oklahoma County District 3 that are not open.
Jessica. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you're good.
Please stay up here though. You just can't vote. It's just the way the indenture is.
Ready.
Okay, I'll call this meeting of the Public Buildings Authority to order. I am present. Commissioner Davidson is present. Commissioner Mon is absent. Notice of this meeting was posted on October 17th, 2023. Item number 1 is approval of our minutes from October 11th and 13th.
Motion to approve.
Second, all in favor say aye. Aye. And our claims.
Motion to approve claims.
Second, all in favor say aye. Aye. And items 3 and 4 are, item 3 is report of fees for PBA, September 2023. Item 4 is Metro Parking report of fees for September 2023.
Anything abnormal, Keith? All right, motion to approve items 3 and 4.
Okay. Second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any citizens that want to speak to the PBA? Seeing none, any board comments?
Yes, remind me that if I'm ever absent in your chair, not to be called out
Okay.
for being absent.
Okay. Any new business? Seeing none, is there a motion to adjourn? Second, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you.
Commissioner Vaughn is